Welcome to the deep dive. So, picture this. You step out of the, let's say, vibrant chaos of Kathmandu, and almost immediately you're in this pocket of real natural calm. That's what we're exploring today. The Jamacho hike. We've got your notes here, and the plan is to sort of unpack what makes this little escape so special.
Yeah, and what strikes you first is that contrast, isn't it? You've got this huge, bustling city.
Right.
And then just like a short hop away, you can be completely immersed in the quiet of a national park. It's a hike that gives you both amazing scenery and, a real sense of peace, maybe even something spiritual.
Okay, let's get into the specifics then. Your notes mention there's a longer option, a trek starting from Mudkhu, winding towards somewhere called Ain Dada.
That's right. That's the more extended version, about 10 to 12 kilometers maybe.
Yeah, you've got 3 to 5 hours here. Easy to moderate, takes you up, 1,300 to 1,600 meters, and best in autumn and spring, apparently?
Exactly. The lovely way to sort of see the foothills, really soak it in. But you also specifically flagged that bit from Ain Dada to Jamacho as being particularly scenic.
Okay.
Yeah, that longer trek is great if you have the time, but if you're maybe a bit pressed or just want that focused climb, the direct route from Ain Dada up to the Jamacho Gumba is the key bit.
Right, the main event. And that's shorter.
Yeah, that's about 1 to 2 hours, mostly uphill.
Gotcha. So this Jamacho Gumba, where exactly are we talking about? Help us picture it.
It sits right on top of Nagarjun Hill. And Nagarjun Hill itself is actually part of the Shivapuri Nagarjun National Park.
Okay, so it's protected land.
Exactly. So you're not just going for a random walk. You're entering a proper national park right on the edge of Kathmandu. It feels like a real escape.
And a Gumba, because the Buddhist monastery, right?
Sacred site. So when you get to the top, it's not just about the views, which we'll definitely get to. It's also arriving somewhere with real spiritual meaning. Your notes mention, serene feel, prayer flags.
Yeah, you can almost see them, can't you? Fluttering.
Totally. It's a pilgrimage spot for some, which adds another layer to it. And being inside the national park just highlights how they're trying to preserve this pocket of nature so close to the city. Expect, proper lush forests, a world away from the city streets.
Lush forests sound good. What kind of nature are we talking? Anything specific for people interested in that?
Well, the park itself is pretty diverse. Your notes flag it as really good for bird watching. Lots of different species around.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and butterflies too. Bigger stuff like langurs, maybe deer, monkeys. They're there, but don't bank on seeing them. Sightings are a bit rarer.
Okay.
The main thing is that feeling of being in nature. Quiet trees. It's refreshing.
Okay, so let's say we're on the trail now. Maybe we started from Ain Dada, or maybe right from the park entrance. What's the actual hike like, the experience of climbing up to Jamacho?
Well, the big payoff is the view, definitely. As you go up, and especially from the Gumba at the top, you get these incredible sweeping panoramas of the whole Kathmandu Valley.
Wow.
Yeah, it's quite something to see the city spread out below from that kind of peaceful height. And if you get a really clear day, your notes stress this, you might even see the Himalayas in the distance.
Seriously? Which ranges?
Longtang, Ganesh Himal, Manaslu, even Jugal Himal potentially. Seeing those snowy peaks would just be, unforgettable.
Okay, that is a serious draw. What about the path itself? Is it like scrambling up rocks? Do you need to be a pro hiker?
Oh, no, not at all. It's generally rated, easy to moderate. The trail's pretty clear, mostly well-defined.
Easy to follow.
Yeah. You'll find some sections have stone paving, some steps too, which helps on the steeper bits, but nothing technical.
Right. Now, thinking practically, someone's staying in Thamel, the main tourist hub, right? They want this break. How easy is it to actually get to the start?
It's surprisingly close. Your notes say about a 30-minute drive from Thamel, which is, super convenient for most visitors. The usual starting point is near Fulbari Gate.
Fulbari Gate. And how do you get there? Taxi? Bus?
A taxi is probably the easiest, most direct way. But local buses do go out towards Balaju Bypass, which is near the gate.
Cheaper, I guess.
Yeah, definitely cheaper. Might just take a bit longer, involve a bit more figuring out,
Standard trade-off. Okay, so you get there. Is it just walk right in, or is there some admin permits, that kind of thing?
Good point. Yeah, because it's a national park, Shivapuri Nagarjun, you do need an entry permit.
Right, okay. Where do you sort that out?
You buy it right there at the Fulbari Gate. Your notes actually have the costs. Let's see. Napilas, pay 100 rupees. Foreigners, it's 1,000 rupees.
Which is about, what, $8 roughly?
Right, something like that. And then Sark Nationals, it's 150 rupees. They do check the tickets a little way inside the park. near a military checkpoint, so you need to keep hold of it.
Good to know. Factor that in. So permit sorted, we're at the gate, ready to go. What's the climb itself like? The terrain?
It's mostly a gradual climb, like we said. It winds up through the forest. Your notes mention pine, oak, rhododendrons.
Ah, rhododendrons. Nice.
Imagine the smell of pine, too. It's just a great chance to tune into the sounds of nature, birds, maybe the wind in the trees. It's worth taking your time.
Definitely. And then you arrive. Jamacho Gumba. What's the vibe at the top?
It's really about soaking it in. You can explore the little monastery, obviously taking those amazing views we talked about.
Find a spot for lunch, maybe.
Exactly. Lots of people bring a packed lunch, find a quiet spot, look out over the valley. It's very, very peaceful.
Sounds like the perfect reward. And coming back down to retrace your steps.
Pretty much, yeah. The most common way is just to head back down the same path to Fulbari Gate. Your notes don't really mention other standard routes, so for a first trip, sticking to the path you know is probably best.
Makes sense. Okay, so we've covered the where and the what. Let's talk when. When's the absolute best time to do this hike?
Your notes are clear on this. Spring and autumn. So think March to May for spring and September through November for autumn. That's when you generally get the clearest skies, crucial for those mountain views. And the temperatures are just really pleasant for walking.
And what about times to maybe avoid or be more cautious?
Well, winter's doable, but it'll obviously be colder. The main one to maybe skip is the monsoon season, June to August usually.
Why is that? Muddy.
Yeah, trails get really slippery, potentially muddy, less enjoyable, and your notes mention leeches too, which nobody loves.
Okay, good warning. Leeches, noted. And just to circle back on difficulty, we said easy to moderate, but any final advice on fitness?
Yeah, I mean, it is uphill in parts, so having a reasonable level of fitness helps make it more enjoyable. But honestly, the main thing is just go at your own pace. It's not a race. It's meant to be a nice escape, remember?
Definitely. Last thing then, essentials. What absolutely needs to go in the day pack for Jamacho?
Okay, number one, water. Your notes stress this. There are NO shops or anything after the gate, so bring enough for the whole hike up and down. Absolutely. Then snacks, or that packed lunch we mentioned.
Yeah.
Sunscreen, definitely. And a hat. Weather can change, so a light rain jacket is always smart, even if it looks clear.
Good call.
And shoes. Proper walking or hiking shoes makes a huge difference on the trail. Don't try it in flip-flops.
Okay, solid advice. Right, let's bring it all together. This Jamacho hike. It really sounds like a fantastic package, doesn't it? A genuine escape from Kathmandu's intensity. You get rewarded with these incredible views. You visit a place with real spiritual significance.
Yeah.
And it's all pretty accessible. Seems like a perfect way to connect with nature near the city.
Exactly. It's this accessible little gem. Just needs, a bit of planning with water and timings and things.
Right. And that kind of leads us to a final thought for you listening. Think about how important these accessible natural spaces are, like Shivapuri Nagarjun Park and this path up to Jamacho. They're great for our own well-being, right? That chance to just switch off and breathe. But they also help preserve cultural heritage, like the Gumba itself. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other amazing places, maybe overlooked spots, are hiding just beyond the edges of our everyday lives, just waiting to be found? Something to think about. Thanks for taking this deep